items brought into pawn shops. According to Reddit, number 15. My friend found some weed inside an oven that he bought at a used appliance store. The store called him to ask about the oven, but luckily, he did not give out his address. Now, it's funny when you say you found some weed in an oven, because you envision no smaller than a large Ziploc bag, and obviously no bigger than the amount of space that it would take to fill the oven. But they didn't write filled with weed. They didn't write, a couple of fucking bags, brick.
You're apparently too loud.
Oh, I'm too loud?
Yeah.
Damn. Let's adjust it to right here. Is that better? Still probably too loud. I'm peaking the mic. Shit. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Guys, I'm on a new version of Windows. This shit is not easy to fix anything on the fly, I promise you. It's really not easy. Because instead of just taking me straight into the advanced properties of anything, it demands that I go through 1,000 different other fucking options before I can click additional device properties enough times to fucking get into where I'm at. So levels here, I'm adjusting the levels maybe down to 80. Is that better? Let's adjust it even further to 73. Too bad. 60. 61. Too bad still. Wait, these are the speakers. Jesus Christ, man. Give me a fucking break. Alright, these are the microphone settings. So maybe around here, this is good. Not peaking it too much, right? That's good. Dope. Maybe even adjust it a little bit to the 60. There we go. We are what looks to be 3 minutes and 10 seconds into the stream. I'm going to go ahead and start the stream once again at 3:20 and then try to slice that off later by trimming the entire video. Illegal items brought into pawn shops. According to Reddit, number 15. My friend found some weed in the oven that he bought from a used appliance store. The shop called him to ask about the oven. Luckily, he did not give out his address. I have to ask, if you found some friggin' weed in an oven that you bought at a used appliance store, would you think it was a setup by the police and try to get rid of it? Or would you just keep it? If they called back, would you? This is a real question. It's like an interactive thing. Why not? Would you do that? Tell me what is up. Tell me what you would do. And if you thought the police were after you, what would you then do? Would you try to give it to a family member or a friend just to get it away from your place? In case you were being tailed or something like that, in case you were being tracked. Oh boy. Seraphin says, what would I do with it though? A real Nostradamus type question here, you know what I mean? Nostradamus is definitely the wrong term, but I would say Einstein question here. What would you do with some weed you found in an oven? What does anyone do with the weed? I feel like this is smaller than normal. Let me see if I can adjust that. Well, that's bigger, but Again, forgive me, bear with me as we kind of feel out this new layout, because downloaded the computer fresh, downloaded the computer. You know what I mean. Number 14. Not a pawn shop owner, but I was in the pawn shop when this happened. Someone brought in a wheelchair with the tag for the local hospital on the back. You know, for example, it said property of this hospital. The pawn shop owner told them to leave it and just get out. They did, and he called the non-emergency line. The police came and picked it up and took it back to the hospital, or that's what they said they were doing. They probably took it on down to the station to have themselves another fucking wheelchair that they could play wheelchair hockey with. Stop giving the police the things that you find. They're just going to incorporate it into their crazy office shenanigans down at the station. Have you not seen Brooklyn Nine? I'm kidding. I haven't even seen that show, but I have to assume that's what goes on. You know what I'm talking about? Officer, it's the damnedest thing. I went to a used appliance store and I bought this oven, but then I think there was some kind of marijuana in the oven, because I just turned it on. I was going to make myself some hot pockets, you see. I wanted to preheat the oven. That's what you do. You preheat the oven. I preheat the oven, and I would have looked in there better, but I'm blind, you know. My glasses are in the shop, sir. Sir, my glasses are in the shop. That's not a thing I've ever heard before, sir. In the shop? That's not what people say about glasses. What the hell? They're in it. I'll tell you the shop. That you're hitting me with that reconnect. No, is it not working well? That's not very perky. Them titties they aren't glistening. They're not shining. All that glitters is titty. Only shooting titties breaks the mold. Hey now, number 13. Get your read on. An MP40. Not actually me, but my significant other. He manages a store owned by a national chain. He brought in on pawn, and as with all neat things, he was just waiting for the loan to drop after 30 days of non-payment. At this point, he could purchase it. Now, I'm not a huge gun historian, but I know the era and style, and I had to ask. That gun is super rare. It's not full auto. When a gun is taken in on loan, the gun is run, as in like they, try to find some information. The person is not run, the gun is. So our business, or the state's Bureau of Investigation, was notified of its existence. Not only is it a federal stamp for automatic weapons, expensive as fuck, but I am not trying to get a balloon right now. I promise you that. I promise. Nice. Anyway, not only is a federal stamp for automatic weapons expensive as fuck, it's also different or difficult to obtain, so he was no longer going to purchase it. It's a good thing because shortly after the gun was seized by the ATF, which is when we found out that its actual worth was around or between $10,000 and $20,000. The original owner bought it as a war trophy. The son is the one who got a loan for like $200, but it was never registered, so it was contraband. Can you imagine actually buying something that it should legally, like lawfully belong to you, and the ATF bitch ass show up? And in case y'all don't know anything about the ATF, because why would you? They're the assholes that were at the center of the Waco incident, which is a big deal for anybody who honestly knows a thing or two pertaining to gun ownership and how, the world that you live in is a little funny in the way of American government when they decide maybe the people shouldn't be able to protect themselves. Weird. The ATF, man. Shit. You know how like we as I don't want to call y'all black people, that's wrong, I'm the black guy, even though I'm Jamaican, whatever, let's think of it like this. As crazy as it is to say, okay, Doesn't matter how middle or upper middle class that you are. Doesn't really matter how much you earn. Unless you are buddy-buddy with certain people in law, they do not regard you as anything other than a typical a typical poor person. As far as the law is concerned, you're just another person, right? And if that, if they even regard you as a human being. So that being said, let's just say a lot of us typically do not have the fondest view of the police, not because the police as entities have anything terrible going on, but because the people who are police are, oftentimes very fucking crooked, depending on where you are. So the way that certain hoods hate the police is how Whitey, who owns guns, hates the ATF. And they are very right to, because the ATF crazy, boy. We haven't seen anything ridiculous since Waco. And again, I'm not supposed to talk about anything like Waco or 9/11 or anything on the channel because, these are hot button subjects on this friggin' platform. They will bury your ass like you was talking about Alex Jones. It's crazy. It is really crazy. I wish that you guys could just have a YouTube platform. You don't even need a lot of subscribers to see that when you say certain things, they come after you. It's not about monetization. It's not about visibility. It's like, nah, bro, it's spooky. You would think that you're exposing secrets. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking like federal, talking like national security type bullshit. You get one step below somebody knocking on your door in unmarked cars with no fucking identification. You think you just saw a UFO. What the fuck? What the hell? I'm just talking in a microphone. Did you want me to unbox something? My bad. You two wanted me to unbox something. Oh. Kyle Willard says my lungs hurt. Who's making Kyle Willard laugh? It certainly isn't me in here. Do I look funny to you? What is with Zuba? Okay, number 12, man. I had this guitar that had a little sliding door on it. It was meant to hold locks. That's not what it says. You saw pics and your brain went to locks. It's like you're playing some kind of word association. Saved by the donation.
I am going to name my son Marine Hyde. What's his middle name? Locke. Because a lock is a masculine name. It reminds me of Luke. If I have another son, they'll be named Kombucha Mint Radio Hyde, and my final greatest son will be called Earplug Cape Hyde.
Alright, so first of all, hear me out. Somebody out here on the Sam Hyde references already tonight. Thank you. Appreciate that $5, by the way. But I haven't even heard of that skit. I'm gonna have to look up. Gotta brush up on my Sam Hyde, my Hydeisms, so to speak. But I definitely have not seen that one. I'm out here trying to log into Streamlabs because this bitch ass website need me to do it again. But it ain't the website's fault. It is me on a you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Oh Lord on that ass. Thank God I barely got it. What is Cyael talking about? Nothing, not a goddamn thing. No worries. No woman, no cry. I'm not playing Animal Crossing in the background. That would be reckless. So what he said again, I'm going to name my son U.S. Marine Hyde. What's his middle name? Locke. Because Locke is a masculine name. It reminds me of Luke. If I have another son, they will be named Kombucha Mint Radio Hyde. And my final greatest son will be called Earplug Tape Hyde. You know what I hate about this bitch? And this is, I don't want to call it comedy. I really don't want to call it comedy. This bitch clearly fucking just started looking around the room, my dude. Is that innovative or creative? Hey man, what you gonna name your kids? Nintendo Switch Tums, Salt Shaker, Nail Clipper. What the fuck? You just looking around the room, you making shit up? Controller Hat Couch. What the fuck? Shut up. Stop praising him for that one. I can't believe you immortalized that specific garbage. As we continue up this list, all right? I had a guitar that had a little sliding door on the side of the guitar where you can hold picks inside the damn thing. I put weed in there as a joke and completely forgot about it as I was selling it. They were chill. What, like you awkwardly took it out, or they took it out, dude? They took it out. They were chill about it. Well, that's cool for them. Forgetting where you hiding your weed. What a world. All around me are familiar places. Worn out faces. Worn out faces. You know, I find it kind of funny. I also find it kind of sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you. I find it hard to take. These dreams are going in circles. It's a very, very mad world. Adam Wells says, yo, I left my BB gun at a friend's place and my mom's friend who gave it to me found it a couple of days later in the damn pawn shop. The guy also stole my brother's wallet. Bastard. Well, I hope y'all learned a valuable lesson about leaving shit that you don't want to get pawned because people are crazy. And the idea that they immediately went to the pawn shop makes you wonder if they got a drug habit in this bitch. Keep your friends close and your drug addicts closer. Maybe they'll leave you off the list. The list of the people they going for. You know what people don't leave me out of? The suicide note, when they try to blame me for everything that went wrong in their life.
It all fell apart when I met you. I was never the same after I talked to you, Cyael. And the things you made me do. Bah. I didn't want to do the yoga. I didn't want to bend over like that and fold my legs behind my head.
I don't even like that. Vagina scare me.
You made me do it, you son of a bitch. And if I ever find you, I'm gonna make a Mormon out of you, Cyael.
You just making this up as you go along? I'm gonna name my son Duracell fucking speaker computer fan Minute Maid carton. Gonna name him Dia's feet, my mouse on my desk.
Being included in this.
Yeah.
Leave me out of your list, Cyael. I was never the same after you.
Like I'm a baby. Like I'm a baby that came out of your womb and ruined your body. I didn't do anything. Jeez.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the flat titty bitches in here living this life like, you know, everybody hurt them. We didn't hurt you. God hurt you. Get him. Get him. Show him what's up. You know, I've talked to some women in my life and they tell me horror stories about the men that they've catfished because they were fucking bored. Bitch, you could have done something with that catfishing. You could have gotten some money and manifested that into a nice big pair of perky titties and had the rest of your life be a cakewalk. But instead, look at you now. Look at you. What you doing? I'm always talking to people that aren't even in these lists. You know? Jeez. Otaku Muse says, why do you hate me? I love you. Otaku Muse. Otaku Muse. Every inch of you. Every single question mark and exclamation. Question mark and exclamation. Question mark and exclamation. 3D Designer says, Cyael, my friend said he's having twin boys and wants to name them Adolf and Saddam. He has to be joking, right? Well, you never know. Some people are dying to be like, interesting. You'd be surprised what they do. Plus, parents want to live vicariously through their kids.
That's a messed up thing to want to live vicariously through their kids.
I mean, trust me. Their life is over. I think it's healthy to know that. I think it's healthy to be aware of things. But it doesn't make it healthy to, I don't know, man, sabotage these motherfuckers. I'm gonna name that little bitch Adolf. Have fun at school, motherfucker. So get this, guys. there's this dude and he was killing a lot of them. That's either going to be a really fucked up kid or a really cool kid with the wrong people. Oh, man. Yeah, I'll tell you what else. In today's everybody's easily offended, world. No way that kid makes it. Mom, just homeschool me. Seraphin Bear says, if you have kids, Cyael, what would you name them? I'd name them like, adoption fodder. You know what I'm talking about? How did they make it? How did they make it? Was I in a coma? You know what I'm talking about? No. Kids. Why? Unbearable, boring. Can't imagine being so bored. Boy, is the power gonna go out? Or all the computers gonna stop working? No internet, no cell phone towers, no nothing. We got shit we could hand crank right now to fucking make some energy. I will go dig up Nikola Tesla and learn all the witchcraft. And so we can make new energy before I'm just like, man, I'm so bored. Better come in a female. I'd better come in a female. Nope. What's the point? Y'all live that life. But know that we're all different. And that's what makes the world so spicy or some shit like that, right? I'm gonna name that kid Clothespin the mouse pad. All right. Number 9. It's not funny. See what I mean? Somebody's getting really mad at me doing this really stale and unfunny bit, but that's the comedy that some people have. They look around the room and go, all right, I got it. Number 9. This just reminded me of my friend who pawned a camera that I let him borrow for a school project. That's so sad. What the fuck are you doing? The camera was panning up even though I wasn't making it pan up. Weird. I asked for it back a good amount of times, and not once did he tell me what he had done. I had to hear it from someone else, and then he claimed that I gave it to him. What a fucking bitch. Man. Sometimes it sucks how some people pretend to be your friend so long. For you to only realize after too much time has passed that nah, that's not what it was about. I called them women. I'm kidding. How have I found... Listen, if you're a woman in the stream chat, please let me know who you are. Because the fact that you're still here means that you're the unicorn. What do I mean when I say that? It means you have a sense of humor. You're not just tolerating me. You know that I'm talking bullshit. So, I'm proud of you in a big way. Linda says ... What are you considering, leaving all this femininity behind, Linda? What the fuck does that mean? My blood type is none. That's so cool. I am whammon.
And I demand to be in every movie ever as every role. I am so sick of the patriarchy ruining this industry. X-Man? More like X-Women, Professor Xavier. You may want to think about calling it X-Women because we're the ones doing everything all the time.
She literally says it in the movie. She fucking said it. Oh boy. Number 8. I worked at a gun shop. Shady looking guy brought a pair of night vision goggles. It was high-end military grade stuff. We asked him why he was selling these, and he just goes, oh, I just don't need them anymore. Cool, man. You mind if we call the company real quick and run the numbers? Sometimes the stuff is stolen property. So I said that, and he jumped across the counter, grabbed the goggles, and bolted for the door. You thought you were just going to walk into a pawn shop, they'd eyeball this shit and be like, I give you $10 for it. Can't go higher. Maybe 11. Hold up, let me go ask my manager. Alright? Bro, you're not going to believe this. My manager's giving me the go ahead. This never happens. You'd be crazy not to take advantage of this. If I were you, man, I would jump all over this. My manager is authorizing me for this literally in the next couple of minutes. If you walk out that door and come back in here with this item, I will not offer this again. One time, $11.50. I'm giving that to you right now. Let's do it. Let's do it. I gotta run this shit. I gotta validate that this isn't something that you stole. This looks a little too swanky. Doesn't look like civilians should have this. Did you buy this off of the fucking dark web? Did you buy it in parts and assemble it yourself? This shit's illegal, bro. Stop buying shit in parts and assembling it in your fucking room. You can take a bunch of legal things and combine them into an illegal thing. So saith the government. Boy, you better shut up before they cut your channel off, boy. It's true, though. You wouldn't 3D print a gun. Wait, I can do what? As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 12, right? Except it's not. Just a worker here. But we had a couple come in to pawn their backhoe. Damn. Sometimes I need a backhoe. You know what I mean? What am I doing? I need a backup. Eh? No? It really wasn't set up for that, so I'll leave it alone. Okay? I don't know what a backhoe is. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Some kind of like, okay. It's like a... Yeah, it's like a... Bitch, you are at a loss for words. You just want to say like a construction thingy. That's what you want to say. A backhoe is it's, you know what a bulldozer looks like. Say bulldozer. Bulldozer. So bulldozer's the one where it has like the catcher, like the cow catcher type thing in the front, and you push it. And you know that because you had a lot of truck toys as a little baby. Because you're stupid. So you know bulldozer. Bulldozer's the most normie of all of the fucking construction vehicles. It's like knowing what a T-Rex is when you like dinosaurs. The Cyael channel would like to apologize for anybody who feels personally attacked because I've implied that you're a normie if one of your favorite dinosaurs is the T-Rex. Heard of the T-Rex, have you? Intriguing. Hello, it's me, Hollywood. I'm going to make a movie. What is that? What you have other dinosaurs? No. I have what I need. The T-Rex will be enough, thank you very much. I'm making a movie that people should be scared of animals in the sea. What's that? You have more than the shark? I don't think I'll be needing that. No, thank you. Please, goodbye. We're not charging you by the animal here, folks. Let your imagination run wild. Or let it go into the shower and get all sudsy and hot, you know what I'm talking about? I have a UFO inside of my video game, and when you approach it, it sends down a little man, and he's all like, and then he goes back up. Very cool. Probably the coolest item in Animal Crossing as far as I'm concerned. Also, the little alien dude has red eyes. Very cool. So, bulldozer is the one that pushes. I would imagine a backhoe is the one that kind of like scoops up. You understand? Very cool. Why did I go into dinosaurs? You know, it's a perky topic. Okay, so thank you, love you. Yeah. This couple comes in and they have a backhoe for sale. They wanted a simple $1,000 loan, which wasn't bad considering how much it was worth. No more than 30 minutes later, the cops are there with the owner. Apparently, they worked for him and went and pawned one of his pieces of industrial. You are not okay. And went off and pawned one of his pieces of industrial equipment. Excuse me. See, doing these things live is not as easy as I make it look, is it? Yeah. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it. Oh, boy. I'm starting to get myself really hot, really heated. I'm sorry. I love you if you're watching this after the fact. If you guys watch these videos after they go live, you should leave comments. You should like the video. Even if you watch it while it's going on and you feel the need or you feel that you are able to go drop a comment on the video, go do that. Do that for me. Linda's talking about Leopleurodon. Why do I feel like I know that? I hope that that's not from like a Charlie video. Oh no, it's a cool, like dinosauric type underwater creature. I don't know why it sounded like something that the guy who made the Charlie the Unicorn animations would talk about Leopleurodon. Sounds like kind of made up, but it's real. Leopleurodon. Up the list we go. Number 6. Buddy of mine worked at a pawn shop for a few years. They had a guy try to steal them a police walkie-talkie, like straight stolen from a car, but with the battery taken out. They told him to get fucked. Get fucked, mate. Yes. And they called the police. I believe that they picked the guy up a few hours later. Intriguing. Super Comic says, is this live? I hope that answers his question. The reality is it isn't live. It's a recorded video that took place earlier, but I did anticipate, because I am from the future, that he would ask this question. So I know at this time to answer by reading out his comment in a capacity that will make it seem as if I am reading it live at the time. Hopefully this isn't freaking you out, Super, but you shouldn't have taken so much. This dude took too much. As we continue, where are we now? We're at number 5. 5 more entries for you. Aren't you guys lucky? Not an owner, but an employee. A man brought in a bag of cocaine and said it would buy if I would buy it and then resell it to him in a couple of days. Gonna be a hard pass, bruh. We work in here. This is like a job and shit. This is like a official job with paychecks and shit like that. Maybe cameras and shit. Maybe. I don't know, man. So you better take that fucking sugar out of here. Wink, wink, cameras. But I ain't buying that shit. Secondhand sugar, you crazy. I said it's cocaine. I said get the fuck out of here. God damn. I don't know what's happening. Coming in here with that shit. Look, man, just sell it back to me. What?
I used to have a favorite dinosaur, but I can't remember what it was.
Guys, grab your titties and try as hard as you can to remember your favorite dinosaurs. Because I'll be honest, velociraptors are also creatures that they put in the movie, so it's not just T-Rexes. But velociraptors are kind of like mini fucking T-Rexes. And they're like fast. So you should count it. That's like the same damn dinosaur, really. Y'all know Whoopi Goldberg was in a movie with a T-Rex? I would watch that if I was crazy. And I just wanted to piss myself off. I actually really adored Whoopi Goldberg in Star Trek The Next Generation as Guinan. A wonderful, cool character, dude. That she was obviously inspired to play because of Uhura being one of the first, very cool, very accepted black women in sci-fi. Very fun, very cool. Glad for Gene Roddenberry's racist ass making some shit happen, but that was his view of the future, and I think that's very cool. The idea that we're all gonna get the fuck along. All of that has been retroactively ruined by this new Picard series that they actually dusted off my cobweb-ridden, wrinkly, beloved Sir Patrick Stewart off to reprise the role for no. Ay. But we have lived long enough to see many of the things that we like ruined. What do you like? Can you just tell me what you like? And then I'll tell you whether or not I think you're going to live to see it ruined. I mean, lucky for you. This is the craziest thing I've said. I should never have said lucky for you. But I will say lucky for you specifically as it pertains to the ruining of things that you like. The industry is on halt for reasons that shall not be named. So maybe, just maybe, even if somebody is writing a terrible script in their underwear right now, maybe it won't see the light of day in a capacity that'll get an adaptation spun off. This bitch wrote Lickalotopus. Lick a lot of tits, maybe. I don't like the other one. That's not a real dinosaur. Okay. I'm not naming a kid that. Number 4, okay? Jeez, let's get out of here. I'm starting to get hot, all right? So I'm not an owner, and I wouldn't call this illegal per se, but I feel like I have to share this. See this paragraph, motherfucker? It wasn't necessary. You know what I mean? This comment, shit like this make me just extend my hand palm up and just wonder what it would be like to catch you at just the right angle to produce what sounds like a clap. You know what I'm talking about? A friend of mine owns a pawn shop, and one day a dude walks in with a cardboard box. It's filled to the top with his own shit. He claims that it's magic. Oh, get ready, buckle up. It's magic. It's a box of magic shit. Yo. Can your schizophrenia do this? Hear me out. Oh my god. Maybe we had it all wrong. You know, we thought that was magic beans, but really you have to fertilize the beans properly for it to be magic shit. This is why they pay me.
That's why they don't pay you the notebooks.
He claims that it's magic, and my friend cuts him off right there. Let me stop you right there. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Oh my god. He kicks him out. As he is walking out, he drops the box on accident, gets all of his shit on the floor, sees the mess he's made, stares at the pile, and runs out of the shop. My friend never got his name and never saw him again. The smell would proceed to linger in the shop for a good month after it was cleaned up. You're telling me somehow, Lord Jesus, somehow this stuff wasn't solid? Was it like was the interior of the box like laminated or something? It was just the consistency for it to perhaps splash and coat. You know, it's gonna coat to a certain degree. But the idea that we can't just bleach bomb this motherfucker and come back in a while. Oh no. It's gotten into the nooks and crannies and seams and cracks. They got me again. It's been a while since we've read these lists and been just bombarded with a legitimate entry of this capacity. But here it is, man. Number 3, not an owner, but I got a call from a pawn shop saying that one of my at-home employees tried to sell her computer, her work computer. Okay. It has my company's logo and contact information right on it in plain view. How stupid can some people be? Well, illiterate, apparently. Bless you. Blind as a bat. Here we go. 2 more entries. I'm getting hot. A guy literally brought in an RPG, like a rocket propelled grenade launcher. This dude had a rocket launcher, as we call them. He was doing yard work for his old lady whose husband had passed away. She gave it to him for doing some yard work, not realizing it was live and active. The guy was career military, and after the bomb squad came and disabled it, they went to her house and found a trove of similarly very illegal military-grade weapons. No, they took the weapons. What is she gonna do if the zombies come? Or if the people come to try to raid her fucking toilet paper. Shit. It's dark times, ladies and gentlemen. That's dark times. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry, I'm using a back scratcher. Feels pretty good, but one of them fucking blades, I call it a blade just because it is, one of the claws is really sharp, and if I'm not careful it could just slice and dice back there. I can slice it up. I want to propose something terrifying and unbelievable, and you're gonna think I'm a terrible person for saying it, but some people, dude, they were never going to heed warnings. Some people were never going to take things seriously. They were never going to listen. So, do you think it would be beneficial to lead certain people to believe that things are going back to normal so that they stop like panicking and buying up everything and making... Because listen, even though certain industries have stopped, there are an overwhelming amount of resources still being produced in the way of things that we need. But people are still, I'm talking, hoarding bullshit. And it's like, when are you going to let up? Are you ever going to let up now? If you believe that it was all right now, would you stop? Now, forgive me, I know it seems like I may be sipping a little bit of that nuclear juice. But I don't know, man. President jump up and say, hey, man, I'm leaving it up to your governors. Go ahead, open the state. Don't give a fuck. Wow, thank you, Mr. President. And then Dia was telling me that somebody in the White House said that the people who are out protesting being told to stay at home are like modern day Rosa Parks. Wait a minute, what? I don't know where to begin touching a comment like that. It makes me hot just thinking about it. Number one, all right? A guy brought in a stack of like 15 laptops that all said property of the city public school right on the top of each one. He then threatened to shoot me when I told him to get out. When you don't even need to read where he got these computers. But you know what is a sad thing to say, because it could be a little bit true. What if the dude who brought them computers in couldn't read himself? How sad is that, huh? Guys, I love you. I know you feel like I'm probably going to be cutting this one short. I feel properly hot. I'm not sure why. I may have gotten a little bit too excited this stream, perhaps. But I love you. I miss you. Get a hold of me. Send me some stuff to read that you may be interested in. I was thinking about trying to get into this subreddit called HFY, which stands for Humanity Fuck Yeah, because some guy's been writing these really long-winded stories. Maybe I could turn them into a, you know, like a even volumed bedtime type list. But I want to say you'd have to be interested in it. Forgive me, I say I'd want to say that you'd have to be traffic on my morning commute. What kind of cat just like lays down, like plops itself down in front of you? Is he trying to be cute too? Like he knows that you'll like touch him? What kind of cat learns that stuff? Is it Pavlovian conditioning where like you've just kind of called that cat over and told it to lay down, and then you touch it and you give it treats and stuff so that it always does that? Huh. Kind of adorable, I guess. Bullshit cat. I love you all. I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you to Greg for his hardcore donation. I will see all of you soon. Get into the Discord. The link is in the description if you'd like notifications of when these streams go live. And I will see you, if not soon, then tomorrow for sure. Love you. Later. Hot AF. Bye.